Hi, Angel.
Hi, Tony.
Woo, we're back. We took a little break. How you doing?
Yeah, long break. I'm good.
You got a sexy phlegm going there.
I like that. A sexy phlegm.
Yeah. I love a good sexy phlegm.
Honestly, I love a little raspy voice. I think it's cute.
Sure. Yeah, it is cute.
Oh,
It's fun. It's cute. When you did Polly's podcast, it was super like, oh, yeah, it's cute.
okay.
Good
Noted.
for a podcast. Did you remember that episode of Friends when Phoebe had her sexy phlegm when she was singing?
Yeah, smelly cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I got a good mosquito bite, which really made my night last night.
You need help.
I feel like, well, it's true. I feel like one of the things that I do on this podcast is I out myself on some weird things once in a while. Like I've said a couple of embarrassing things about myself. This one is weird, but it's true that people hate mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes, don't get me wrong. But I have this masochistic thing where I like a good mosquito bite to scratch at. So I will do this
You
thing.
should unpack that.
I will do this thing where if I see a mosquito and I'm sitting and watching TV, I'm like, ooh, come get me. Just one. Just want one.
Meanwhile,
And then yeah. And then I'll like, oh, God, it feels so good.
You're crazy.
Doesn't it feel good to scratch it though?
No, I'm in pain when I have to scratch it
That's weird.
because I'm allergic to them and then
Okay.
it bruises.
All right. Well, then it's just weird. I understand that it's weird. I hate when you're in bed and they're like that high pitched thing in your ear.
And it
Don't get me
buzzes
wrong.
by.
Yeah, it's the worst thing in the world. Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But I love a good mosquito bite.
Okay.
I'm like, ooh, come get me, baby.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm a little weird.
That's true.
We've established. We have a guest.
We do. I'm really excited about this one.
Yeah.
I met her today for the first time in
for the
real
first
life.
time. Yeah.
Yes.
And
And I'm already healed.
yeah. Yeah, that's how I felt when I met her. I met her through a friend and yeah, we'll get to it, but like she's so real. Like everything she does, she has this really amazing book called The Five Archetypes, and we're going to talk all about it. We filled out her thing so that we can talk about like she helps relationships. Well, we'll let her talk about what magic she does.
Yes.
Let's welcome Carey Davidson.
Yeah. Carey.
Guys, I'm over here like starting to cry.
About how weird he is with his mosquito
Yeah,
bites, right?
yeah.
You're like,
I'm,
God,
like,
I'm really going to
imagining
help this guy
the
today.
buzzing in the ear and the bite, and I'm like,
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, she came all the way from Cape Cod.
So jealous.
Yeah,
well, you guys will come visit.
Yes,
For sure.
absolutely we will.
yeah.
yes.
We love the Cape. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm amazing. It's so nice to be here. I got off the plane last night, jet lagged because it's 10 something here, and like
Oh, right.
I
Yeah.
can't count three. I need my fingers. Late for me, and you. I don't know how many people who watch this actually live in Las Vegas or have been here, but when you walk out of the jetway, you're bombarded with slot machines in the airport. I've never seen that before.
Oh yeah.
Insane.
They get you coming in, they get you going out.
Do
Yeah.
Existential dread.
Yeah. It's nonstop here. It's such a perfect what Vegas is too. You know,
Yeah.
it's like so I met Carey through a friend while I was in New Orleans one year, and I was going through a weird thing. I'd just gone through a pretty rough divorce and custody battle, and I was like had a lot of things, and our mutual friend was like, oh, it was during Crew de Vue, the festival in New Orleans, which is super fun, super packed, can hardly walk anywhere because there's so many people. And he was like, all right, well, we're going to go hang out and watch the parade. And we're meeting a friend that I just met. And he was like, couldn't stop talking about you. Like, she's magical. And I was like, oh, cool. Okay. And I remember we were walking through the streets and I didn't know what you looked like. I didn't know who you were at all. And people had costumes on. So it was like this really fun, cool, like Mardi Gras-ish kind of thing, but a little sexier. And I was walking and across the street, there was like a crowd of people. And like under a street light, there was a small figure, which was Carey. And she was wearing wings, like angel wings. And I just was like standing there staring. I was like, oh my gosh, like look how like magical that looks. Like she looks like a little angel. And we were standing there waiting for the light to turn. And then the light changed, everyone moving. And then we came together and Sean was like, oh, there's Carey. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I was just
Like a
staring at her
sponge from
being
a mile away.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then we went and had dinner, and like I never met her, and we were sitting there, and through the things I was going through, I didn't really open up a lot about it to people, but I just started talking to her. And the way that Carey looks at you, like you feel safe, you feel heard, you feel all these things. And I didn't know anything about her. I just knew like, holy shit, like she is amazing. Like I could feel this like cool thing. And she's been incredible and does help so many people with her book and her stuff. Like, I mean, we should let her talk about what she does, but
No, I like listening to you talk about me. Keep going.
I get it though. I get the comfort that you're saying when you just like feel like you can talk to somebody and that you don't know, and you're just like word vomit, and you're like, why am I telling the stranger out? She has that for sure. It's a very calming, comforting like aura about her. That's just like she does help people. So I feel like she's like, let me help you.
Yeah.
Without telling you,
Yes.
let me help you.
Yeah, which is key, because when someone tells you to do that, you're like, oh, what do you want? Like, what is it? Like, how much do I owe you, or all that thing? But then when there's people who are, and we're doing it again. We're just going to like sit here and talk about you. So what just happened is I went to the gas station to get some drinks, and Angel was not feeling well, and Carey offered to help. What did you call it?
Well, energy work, Reiki. I mean, you could call it healing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hard time labeling it, which is funny. It's just, to me, it's just kind of releasing what's holding you back. It's almost like we hold on to a lot of stuff, and when you sit back, all of a sudden it can kind of release. So I can help facilitate that in a kind of a interesting way.
See, even not having a title for it is good, because if there's a title for it, it means that it's a thing. And like even that, it's like it feels organic. So I said, hey, Carey, Angel had never met. So I said, Carey is going to help your sickness, sinus. She's going to heal you.
And I immediately was offended.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't need healing. He's like, no, your sickness. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought you meant mentally.
Yeah. Because Angel woke up with no voice.
Yeah.
And I am very, cynical and like about these things, skeptical. So many of those things. I'm always like, what is this? With a lot of things like in this world, psychic, whatever. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the gas station. I'm going to come back and see what happened. I can tell right away if you're like, walk back in and you were like, oh my God, she just healed me.
Immediately healed.
Immediately healed.
I can't even explain it to you. I feel like we should give her a moment to explain what she does,
Yeah.
and then I'll explain how it worked on me.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and your book and what the 5 archetypes are?
Yeah, and we should also mention that like this thing isn't just like Tony Robbins. People call him Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like reached out to her and was like, "Can you?"
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's the real deal. Like, yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's like, I mean, I want people to know that like we didn't just find some like lady that's like, "Hey, I can heal you." Like this is real stuff.
No, I'm proof.
Yeah.
From this morning. Literal proof.
Let's introduce her again. Hi, Carey Davidson.
Oh my gosh, she said 3 words. Stop
I know.
talking so much.
No, it's good. It's good. So who am I? I'm an author. So I wrote a book called The 5 Archetypes. I'm a mom. I'm someone who wants people to know how to love themselves and each other better. And I don't need it to be about me. So like this feeling of I was just able to speak, and it wasn't about me. I didn't say, I had an intention to be empty around you. Empty meaning letting go of anything I think, I needed to know or I needed to do for you, but just to create this opportunity for you to maybe talk and recognize things in yourself that you were saying to yourself. That give you an opportunity to grow without it being about me. But I have an ability to see what you need and how elevating your life will have a ripple effect throughout everything you do. And I have my whole life kind of seen that, but been very quiet about it because it's weird.
Uh-huh.
And I more didn't want to be weird.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to fit in. Up until about a week ago, and now I'm fine standing out.
What changed?
I think I started to notice a lot of mainstreamy people talking about psychic, spiritual topics, and more people getting curious, and more people being open. So I thought, okay, I'm not that strange.
Yeah.
So that it started to feel a little bit safer. But I would say for most of my life, I've had a hard time explaining what I do, trying to be myself but fit into a box that was acceptable to the corporate America normal people. And I think that because I wasn't honest about who I was, I limited my capacity out in the world. That there was maybe something, call it spiritual, some sort of invisible film between me and what I could do and the customers who wanted something, who needed something. So I struggled. And I was taking a walk about a week and a half ago on the Cape. And when I walk and I empty my mind of things, it means I invite information in so I can hear more clearly, just like anybody meditating or going for a walk or taking a shower, or when you stop thinking about the thing that you lost, all of a sudden you find it. It's that energy. So I tap into that pretty regularly as a practice. And so I'm taking a walk and I'm tapping into the part of me that knows shit without overthinking it. And the message was, so there's a bunch of people waking up right now to the fact that there's something more. And what they're doing isn't working to give themselves the better life that they want. And you have this gold, this bridge, this simple methodology that can help them live their everyday mundane lives elevated into a spiritual sense or a higher conscious sense. Do you want to keep hiding who you are and dressing up like a corporate person to try to appease more people who are not open yet or interested in that, and still make it, feel hard and not be successful? Or do you want to say like, hey dudes, all these people who are already here waiting for this and curious about it, I've got something that can help you. And you're going to help a ton of people, and we'll just open that door. Tell us which path are you taking, Carey? And I'm like, I want the easy one finally. And they're like, then go for it. And literally over the past week, I scrapped my whole website, rewrote the whole thing, created a new product experience, came out in front of a lot of people.
I love it. Oh my God, I love how giddy and excited you are even just talking about it.
Yeah, it feels so freeing.
Yeah, that's the word I was thinking
Oh
too.
my God.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that in you. Like you seem a lot freer. You were saying to me on the phone that like, which I think is really smart, that the reason you were blocking it is because when people talk about psychics, I think you like saying like, oh, people are going to think I'm kooky, and I don't want to be, which is terrible to have to be like not be able to come out as what you truly are, because you're afraid of what the perception might be. It might hold you back from your books and your work, and like they didn't discredit you basically. Yeah. And like I said earlier, I can be really skeptic, and like wasn't until talking to you and understanding like, oh my gosh, like I can feel it from you. You're not just like psychic, like a crystal ball kind of like, oh, give me $100 and I'll tell you something. That it's a real kind of thing that I can feel from you. But it's so cool that you overcame that and been like, okay, well, if I'm going to help people, they need to know where I am.
Yeah. And how frustrating that like you have this ability, but you can't share it because of like the idea of what you're supposed to be. That must be just like, so frustrating.
Yeah.
But now look.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a constant, how can I massage the wording on my website so that it's true, but doesn't offend anyone who might see it and be kind of freaked out and immediately discount or discredit
Yeah.
who I am and that I can help them solve problems.
Can you explain a little bit of how it works for you? Because I know that like when we talk sometimes and you say they, you like when we first met, I was like, who is she talking about? Who else is here? And it wasn't, but it took me a while to be like, oh, them.
Right.
Can you explain a little bit of like how it works for you? Like when you're working?
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's like the pronoun thing before the pronoun thing became a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't have a pronoun for this thing, and I didn't want to call it it.
Right.
Right.
Feels
And
offensive.
and I didn't know what it was. So how does it feel? How does it work? So it's a little bit of an instantaneous process. So there is probably a millisecond thing that I have to do, which is it's a feeling of dropping out, like removing things rather than calling something in. It's dropping out of the interference of the mind. So like, I don't know. Yes. So as a kid, it was just what I always did. It's a reflex almost, or an impulse or a default. I know that I can both be here and have a human experience. And at the same time, there's a part of me that floats. It's kind of all I can, like the way I can put words around it is I feel like there's a dense part of me that's grounded and then a floaty part of me that sees everything else. So it's rapid fast.
I want that.
Yeah. We can talk. That's what I teach.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So I realize it's easy to access.
Yeah.
But we've been most people do it a little wrong, thinking that I need to remain all the stuff that I am as a human in this body and then go learn a skill. Kind of like go get a PhD in something or go get a master's in something. So you learn how to play the flute. So you're adding something on to who you are. But the real mechanism is the opposite. It's letting go of everything you think you know so that you're empty.
Yeah.
And empty things can elevate because they're not so dense that they sink. And when you elevate, all of a sudden you have access to all the other stuff that's always here for us and available. All the ideas, like all those, like you're empty when you're in the shower and you're la-di-da-di-da, or when I'm drying my hair and oh my God, I'm not thinking about my problem. All of a sudden it just pops in. So it's actually learning how to live in that state.
Right.
So hard.
So you basically just gave your formula out.
Yeah.
Right? Like so you really can teach this.
Yeah, I feel like that's not giving it out because she can say it all she wants, but actually being able to do that is really fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, it's like meditating is hard. Like I can't meditate. Like
and even just like when she's like, when you're in the shower and you're just like, la-di-da, that I never am in the shower just like thinking about nothing.
You're redoing our fights and stuff and being like, I should have said this.
No, I'm not redoing it. I'm practicing for the next one. Or
that's some very big honesty in that.
It's very honest. Like I'm mentally having my own.
Practice. I know. I'm going to say next time he says that.
No, literally.
Good to know.
I have a whole inner monologue with myself about like when he says this, I'm gonna be like, yeah, fuck you, or like whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And then, or I think about something that Roman's dealing with. It's like heavy, and I'm just like, fuck, like how can I help? Like there's nothing I can do. I feel helpless. Like I'm never ever just like, oh, yeah, I feel great. I'm not really thinking about anything. That's so hard.
Yeah, I get that. For sure. And I mean, I think that what you said earlier too about like whatever your archetype, your main archetype, wood, fire, earth, metal, water, like these probably help you be able to access that more, right? Because if you're, like you said, you're fire, right? So it's easier for you to be fluttery and not holding on to things. Like this is making so much more sense. Like we should probably talk about your 5 archetypes too. Like we did the thing and I'm primarily metal and you were earth. Yeah.
Very close with fire.
But we were talking about metal earlier about like how analyzing and how like, that thing is, which is very true. And so it's harder for me to access what you're talking about because I am constantly thinking of ideas and how do I make it better and how do I blah, 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 blah. So you're right. Like it's easier said than done. Like that is a major gift, which I'm assuming like meditating, you can practice and get better at, obviously. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's practice. Two, it's knowing what your brand of interference sounds like. So metal has a very particular thought that they're going to have that feels like it's true, but it's actually the very interference that gets in your way of elevating.
Wow, that tracks with you.
I know, like,
That literally tracks with
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
Because I feel like even you'll say something and I'm like, why did you even think of that?
Yeah. I'm not nonstop thinking of things. I'm like, God, I wish I could put this down. This book that I just wrote, I'm able to like put a lot down. But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and then,
that does. That's pretty on brand.
Yeah.
Insane.
yeah. Well, I listen, like the cool thing about the book is that you've figured out how to, like what you do for a living of like teaching people, helping relationships, helping companies, right? That it makes so much sense. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, this seems complicated, but it's the simplicity of what it is beautiful and super helpful.
Would it take you a long time to explain to us the 5 archetypes, or can you go into it a little bit?
Yeah. So the 5 archetypes correspond to the 5 elements theory of Chinese medicine. And it's an ancient model for how to thrive in the face of challenge. So it's the foundational way that energy moves in a system that's healthy. And you can apply it to your garden. You can apply it to a communication strategy in a company. You can apply it to your wellness routine. You can apply it to your relationship, to each other, to your thoughts. And it's this process that one feeds the next. So you have to move from fire to earth, metal, water, wood, fire, earth, and keep moving. So it's a motion. It's a change method. It's this way to know that if everything is moving in this order, I'm never going to get stuck. I won't have a fight with anyone. I won't get upset about anything. Like my problems won't happen. So things won't get stuck if it's moving. So it's a system for teaching you how everything needs to move, and you use it when you feel stuck. So if you feel stuck not knowing how to have an argument, what the next thing should be to move a relationship forward, or to get a raise, or wherever you're stuck, you can measure your elemental breakdown, where you over or under using the elements within your nature, and then measure them against the natural flow of how things flow in a healthy system, and say like, oh, I'm overusing my earth to get a raise. I need to activate my wood because my wood is not moving and my earth is getting everything stuck. And so then there's a strategy baked into that. Very, very simple. So you want me to tell you what each of the 5 kind of...
Please.
So fire, we all have all 5 in us, and they correspond to our organs as much as they correspond to our thoughts and our fears and our desires. And fire is our heart and our small intestine, and it's our capacity for joy and connection and eye contact and bringing things and people closer to us. It's touch also. It's needing to be seen and celebrated. It's that kind of energy. Then you have your earth energy, which is your stomach and your spleen, and it's food. It's like literal digestion. And it's also sharing and harmonizing and communicating and having relationships. And it's talking, it's small talk. It's talking just for the sake of being connected to someone rather than negotiating a strategy to get something done. Then you have metal. Metal is our lungs and large intestine. And it's also our breath. It's also our capacity for forgiveness and for gratitude. And it's the part of us that practices to get it right, that wants things to be organized and specific, and reduces too much chaos in the world. So it's the predictable, reliable parts of us. Then we have water. Water is our kidneys and our bladder. And it's also our sleep and our hydration with water. And water is incidentally the one that most of humanity has the least relationship to. It's our capacity to let go of everything we think we know and to go to empty. It's the capacity for peace for meditation, for listening, but not just active listening like they teach you in like business school type of listening, but the type of listening that is noticing when you're at risk for believing everything you think is true and jumping into needing to be right rather than to be an observer and sit back and let things unfold. So most people have the least amount of that in them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have wood. Wood is your liver and gallbladder, and it's also the capacity for momentum, to actually move through things with speed rather than to hold on to anything. So if you guys both you mainly lead with earth and metal, it's across the circle from wood. And so wood is going to be harder for you. So wood is like, I don't care about that shit. I'm moving on. It's like, I don't want to think about something for more than a minute and only use that information to propel me forward with a better plan. So the wood in us takes information and is like, oh, how do I use that to grow? And doesn't look back. It's a future looking energy. And so those are the 5. We have them all in us. We use them all the time. But when you take the questionnaire, it shows you which ones you tend to overuse and underuse. And in a healthy system, we use them all one after the other to move through challenges. But when you see your system, you see, oh, I'm at risk for getting stuck in fire. I'm at risk for getting stuck in water. And so there are strategies baked in that are super, super simple that help you not get stuck.
Okay, and then we just have to learn that. Ooh, that's a lot of practicing. That's a lot of remembering, like, no, this is what I'm doing right now. I need to change that to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is why it's also helpful to have someone like a guru that's like helping you do that, or just
That's
explaining
true.
things that are like, I mean, in a way, it's like the ultimate therapist, because like there's more of tools, right, that understand what it is that we're like firing off with each other and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like it makes perfect sense. How did Anthony Robbins find you, and what did he have you do exactly?
Yeah. So Tony Robbins was, let's see, he had found one of my amazing mentors, Dr. Stephen Cowan, who wrote the foreword to my book. And he, at the time, we had started a nonprofit for kids called Turn a Soul Kids, where we teach this to children and educators and families. Yeah. Yeah. And he had invited Dr. Cowan to come out and speak. And I believe he did Tony Robbins' relationship seminar, but also he does a seminar every summer for children.
Wow.
And
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And so about, 3 years after then, Tony reached out to me to come and do the relationship seminar.
Wow.
And I don't know that I got clear instructions on like, here's what I want you to achieve. I think he knew the model. He understood about the elements. And so he invited me to come, and it was a little bit scary. Now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't have any metal were instructions like, speak about this for this many minutes, achieve this. So sometimes when you don't have the instructions and you could do whatever you want, it's almost harder.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Because a good example for that for me is at work. We have like sometimes you're afloat and you just have to like walk around trying to see if anybody needs help. Otherwise, you have like an assigned, this is what you're doing tonight. And I'm like, I don't want to float. I need an assignment. I need you to tell me what I'm doing for the night. I don't want to just try to figure it out for myself and then end up in trouble somehow.
What would be good
I
at
don't want that.
what would be good at floating? What archetype?
Fire. Fire and wood. Because fire gets annoyed with too many instructions, and wood knows that they don't need instructions. Like, I can do this. I can figure this out myself, and I'm going to make it what I want it to be. So that it almost embraces the freedom of being able to decide how I want it to go.
Yeah. And well, on the opposite end of that, that's specifically for work. But I will say that when I'm given too many instructions, like when we're making content, I'm like, I know, stop telling me I get it. Let me just do it. So maybe it just depends on the circumstance too of like needing that structure. Ugh.
Well, yeah. So the other way that 5 archetypes and this 5 elements theory, Chinese medicine, is different is that it's context based. And in the Western models, we're very used to labels. If you check off, 7 of 10 symptoms, then you have this diagnosis. And when you have that diagnosis, you have this treatment plan. So it's kind of inductive reasoning, whereas 5 archetypes is deductive reasoning, where there's a model of safety. There's a model that if everything's flowing in this system, you're going to be able to make better decisions for yourself and feel more at ease. And we back into it by starting with the thing you want to change instead of your symptoms. It's a very different questioning experience. So whenever I work with anybody, the first question is always, what do you want to change? I get up at 6 a.m. I want to be getting up at 5:30. So it's rather than being a diagnostic, it's how do I fit more into this framework so that I stop getting stuck?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. And how did you even figure that out? Or you just know that that's how it works?
So, what's been interesting is from a very little kid, I would see like the interactive dynamics between things, and it would look kind of like very fast lights, like moving around.
Wow, that's so cool.
And I just knew that it meant that if someone was operating out of fear rather than out of love, they weren't going to make decisions that kept people together. They were going to make decisions that made people not like each other at its very simplest state. And
That sounds like what's going on in the world
right,
right now. Yeah.
right. And as a kid, it felt like garbage in my body. Like my body could feel that stuff, and I didn't like it. So I had this capacity to neutralize fear through this thing that felt like I was pushing something out of my heart. So in my head, I was like, oh, I got to push out. I didn't know I didn't have another word for it. And so I could just be in a space and create just love.
I love that.
And so it kind of morphed over time. And later, like in my 30s, I started to see a kind of what looked like a roulette wheel. Here we're in Las Vegas, like a roulette wheel behind people's heads, but with not as many sections, maybe 5 or 6 sections. And it would be, certain sections would be grayed out and some would be bright. And I had an intuitive knowing that, oh, that means that person needs to eat differently, or that person needs more sleep, or their marriage is struggling, or their kid is not feeling well. I don't know how I knew. It was just kind of like a knowing.
So cool.
And then when I started to learn about the 5 elements in this Chinese medicine model, it was like a lightning strike to the heart. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I see behind people's heads. And those interrelated lights is all baked into this method. It was crazy. And so part of it was an intuitive thing I had just known my whole life.
Insane. At a young age?
For as long as I can remember, I have a very, very early memory of seeing, I think it was my mom crying. And I remember I don't know if I could even sit up yet. I remember being on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like a little baby, you know how you can push yourself up at first, and I could see her and seeing her cry, and my body hurt.
Oh no.
And it's like weirdly seared into my mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's strange. I didn't ever really want to be like the psychic healer who could answer your questions and save you from things. So like I loved that there was a method out in the world that I could simplify, and so much so that we could teach it to tiny kids.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And and it could do the very thing I'd always psychically seen, helped people, and you could have it yourself. You don't need me.
Mm.
Like everyone could take it and use it. And I know it sounds a little complicated at first, but I can show you how to make it super accessible, especially in the toughest moments.
Let's do that.
Okay. Okay.
You have our archetypes, right?
Got your number.
You got my number. What you
I'm
were asking?
scared.
You were asking. Well, no, I don't think. Don't be scared. I think you're asking like what in a relationship, like what are things that we would like to, have help with or fix or something like that, and that she can.
It's a
sort of-
loaded question.
Sure, but let's start with something that's simple and easy. I was saying communication and like stuff like that.
Good place to start.
Yeah. I feel like it's something that we both kind of struggle with a little bit, probably me more. But what like else? Like what?
I feel like that's mostly it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fix us and go.
I mean,
Okay.
she's already healed me once today, so
Yeah. Yeah. We should talk about that too. Like what you had explained when you did that, did you hold her hand or did you
she never
nothing?
even touched me
Didn't touch you, but you felt like she was touching you.
on my head.
And you didn't touch her? Was your eyes closed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you sneak over?
So like, she friggin'
She touched her. She go gadget
That
arm.
was the first thing I asked. I was like, "Did you touch me?" She was like, "No." I was like, "I felt like you were touching me the whole time."
Wow.
It felt like literally like she was like going like this on my head.
You know what? So when I
Very
watch
lightly.
podcasts where people will have psychics on and stuff, and I'm just like the hosts are just totally in on this. They're just trying. And now here I am, and I'm like, oh, this is real, and people are going to be watching this, being like, oh, that's her friend, so he's just trying to.
But
like,
I just met her.
I know, and that's the thing, and like I don't even necessarily like I said, I walked away being like going to the gas station, being like, I'm struggling to believe, but like watching your reaction to it, I was like, oh, it was real.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. How are you feeling, by the way? Still, are you
I feel great.
okay?
I just like am coughing a little bit, but all this, I had crazy sinus pressure right here in my head, and I was just like kept trying to like get it out in the shower, like a hot steamy shower, and it wasn't working. And she
Yeah.
was like, "Tell me where it is the most." I'm like just right here. And then she did whatever she did. I just closed my eyes and tried to sit as still as possible. And like, I think I didn't ask the question of like, do you have to believe that it works before it happens? Like, I remember just being like, just let it be what it is. Like, either way. And then like immediately the pressure that was right here was like pulsing, and then like it evaporated, completely gone. And I was like,
And
breathe.
Carey, you were saying that you can feel what she's experiencing it, and like you said something about your ear popped. So it's like a pressure thing that you kind of like maybe like absorbed or something.
So one thing is I make sure to protect my own self, so I'm not picking up,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know, but I am able to feel kind of where or what is happening and when something shifts. So, and I'm also able to tell that it's not mine. And I remember when that started happening, it was very interesting. I remember I was on the phone with my friend who had moved to Florida, and all of a sudden I got a sharp pain like in my elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said it out loud. I'm like, ooh, my elbow just started to, have this pain. And she's like, what? My elbow has pain. And I was like, really? And as soon as she announced that it was hers, it stopped. And so that was kind of a first in my face showing like, oh. So then I started playing with it. So I would ask my body, so I would have a relationship, with myself and say, hey, what is this person feeling? Or where is it hurting the most? And I would get like a little bit of an awareness of twinge in a place. I'd be like, okay. And then I knew kind of how to focus as a result.
Mm.
So I do, now there's no process in it. It's just a thing that happens. So it's a part of the flow. I'm like, okay, as soon as I put my hands probably like 3 inches above your head, and there's a heat that happens that's generated in my hands and prickles that start to happen. And I empty myself of needing to know anything, and I'm just aware of the subtle information that comes in. And one of the things was a pop when your ears pop.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay, something released. And then I'm like, yeah, but I don't want it to only last for a few seconds. Like, let me give her a little more.
Imagine you were like, you're good. Because it did happen very quickly. Like, it was almost immediate.
Wild. And it wasn't the medicine ball from Starbucks.
I hadn't even touched it because it was too hot. I hadn't even touched it because it was too hot. It was over on the counter on the other side. It was insane.
So
and I've never done anything like that. Like, she asked me if I've ever had any energy work, and the answer is no. But I do feel like I know things, so I try to think about things when I, like, just from hearing, like, social media and things like that, like, I'll think. So, but no, my answer was no. I've never had any energy work, never any Reiki, like, nothing. So I didn't know what I was going to experience or feel, or if she was going to touch me, or like, do I need to lay down? And, like, you know, it was insane. And I still feel fine.
Yeah, and you were not in a good place. Like,
No, I was not in a good mood.
yeah, it was night and day. It was wild. I don't even believe in that stuff. Here we are.
Wow.
Did she pay you? Did she pay you?
Crazy. No. With bath salts.
Another story. Well, no, let's do our thing. Let's get ourselves fixed.
Well, so when you say communication, so this is what I'm going to drive you through to get to the point, which is it's almost like mental acupuncture. Literally, we have to get to the very point that needs to be adjusted that'll open you up. So to get there is the deductive reasoning. It's the contextual framework around it. So when you say communication, what's an example, a very specific example of a time when communication isn't working?
I mean, I think for me, I've always felt like people know what I'm thinking. Like, I think the ultimate example for me is like me not saying, "Oh my God, you look so pretty today," and like I'm like, "Oh, she knows." Like, I'm not communicating my feelings of how I feel, and you're like, "Oh, I need to hear that." I think it's one, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one to start with.
But it's a thing that I always like. I tend to try to like use as few words as possible. I like to just be silent. So I think that's one of the things. I'm like, oh, I don't have to use these words. She knows.
Or even, I feel like that's true in the sense with you of just life in general. Like, I'll be like, well, do you want to go have something to eat? And in my mind, the way I would respond is, yeah, that sounds really fun. Let's go do that. Do you want to, like, and it would be a conversation of like, should we go here? Should we go, like, instead you're just like, sure. And I'm like, okay, so you don't want to go.
Yeah.
And then I internalize, and then I'm like pissed immediately. Like, well, fuck you. We don't have to go eat.
Communication, I think, is a big thing. Well, I think a good one for you on your side is like texting. Like, if she were to say, "Hey, can you stop and pick me up a coffee?" and I give her a thumbs up back, she will take that as I hate her. Like,
I spiral immediately.
Thumbs up is like her, and which is hard because majority of that thumbs up idea is not for that. It's to say, it's an easy way to not use words and be like, gotcha. Okay. Not sure, I guess, but it's a communication thing. And it's a hard thing because now when in the real world, like if someone sends me the thumb back, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this now? Because I know how Angel feels about it. Yeah, it's stuck in my head. So
because it's just not nice. Like, you can be nicer. Just be nicer.
I totally agree.
Hey!
I totally agree.
Like, this is not nice.
No.
It's like a passive aggressive, I fucking guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I know. No,
All
I
right.
feel the same exact way. And I was telling Amir
Right?
about this. You would
Because-
like everything. And I'd
Yeah.
be like, ooh, like.
I even had to tell like people like my mom, and if it's like a big group chat, I won't say anything. But if it's like people that I talk to on a daily basis, I'm like, please don't thumbs up
It's a
my
generational
text.
thing, too. It's like our generation. I mean, no offense to like put your age out there.
Fuck off. I'm not a
But
boomer.
it, like, just a practical point is just like a thumbs up. Like, he's just like practically, logically, like,
Yeah,
thumbs up.
which
And
makes sense.
We're like overthinking the hell out of it. Yeah.
And also, like, I know what I would give back,
Yeah.
which is a flaw in my system of like,
Oh my God, I would.
yeah.
Yes.
Like, I want some excitement and some
10
joy
exclamation
and
points behind okay.
at least one.
I mean, let's be honest.
No, I get it.
One,
I do
you
one.
might even question one. It's like not that excited. Like 3 would be really excited to go to dinner with me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Should we continue?
She's learning a lot about us.
That's Casey, everyone. By the way, who's learning some.
Yes, Casey. You'll see her soon.
I totally related to that. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. Thank you for validating my feelings and not making me feel crazy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Casey.
But it is a thing. Like I have to tell myself, people don't think the way that you think, Angel. So don't expect that
Emotional
response.
Versus like logical.
Yeah, like
her.
we're not the same person, and that's okay. That has to be okay.
Yeah.
But I have to tell myself that that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
be nicer.
Or you'll see me, my not nice.
Yeah, or you're
You wanna
gonna
see my not
ignite my
nice?
flame.
No, I totally get that.
Oh my God. This is fun. Okay, Carrie, go to work.
Okay.
She's
So,
good.
right? So when this happens, what choices do you make? Like, how does it impact your life? What's different? Like, do you spend hours feeling like crap? Do you do the exclamations that you then get annoyed at? Like, what's the outcome? What's the outcome? Like, what's the soup that's made?
Let me tell you what I think it is. I think he doesn't think about it at all. And I'm like, why are you, when I see him, I'm like, why are you in such a bad mood? Because it eats at me, and I would need to know why he's acting a certain way until I have an answer. And then he'll be like, nothing, I'm just tired, which is probably a lie.
No, it's true.
No, but I think sometimes there's
Wait till you
more.
turn 50. You're going to be like, oh, he was just fucking tired. He was true. He was just
No, I
tired all the
think
time.
There's also sometimes more that you just don't want to say because you don't want to start a fight. And then I know that there's something more because the empath in me is like, I know that something's wrong and you're not telling me. Just tell me on
Yeah.
the first time I ask you, because then we could avoid getting to this place of no return. And now I'm pissed because I know something's wrong and you're lying.
I think you hit it right away when you said it's probably nothing and I'm overthinking. I mean, that reminds me of that TikTok of like the guy that's like thinking of nothing, and then it shows the girl's brain and it's just like, oh my God, so many things going on. And the guy's like, I was just thinking about how long it's been since I've clipped my toenails.
But I do feel like I can tell a difference when you're actually thinking nothing and when something is wrong. And 90% of the time you try to tell me that nothing's wrong.
Well, yeah. I mean, that can be true if I'm like, I don't have time for a fight right now. I don't have I don't have the energy for a fight, and there's so much I have to do, and this is going to, yeah. So there's some times where I'm like, I just don't want to deal with what I'm feeling. And a lot of times what I'm feeling doesn't feel like it's worth a fight. Like I'm like, or if it's something that I'm personally being like, working on in myself, like, did I need to react that way, or, oh, nothing, I'm
But
dealing
I
with
think
myself.
what you don't understand is your energy shift affects me. You don't have to say anything.
Mhm.
I just know. And then I'm like, you don't have to say anything. It doesn't have to be a fight. I already can feel it. And now I'm not in a good place. And now we have to fight.
Yeah,
because
well, that's a sucky place to be when, like, because you don't want to fight.
I don't want to fight, but I feel like if you would just tell me immediately
No, it's
what's
not.
going on.
But that's not always actually accurate, because then the fight does get like, then I'm like, fuck, I should have stuck to my guns and said nothing. Because when you pull it out of me and then it turns into a fight, I'm like, is this more than you bargained for? You went ready to go back to Cape Cod?
No,
She's like, I'm
this
leaving
is
tonight.
like, this is everybody.
Yeah.
I know it can kind of feel like maybe it's, oh, why am I going through this? But this is 95+% of humanity.
Yeah.
And it's perfect. You'll see. This is absolutely perfect. I have one more question.
Go.
If I'm freaking amazing and I kill it and I solve this for you, what does tomorrow look like? What does this afternoon look like? What choices will be different? How will you live differently? How will you know inside of you that something was better?
Oh, I feel like I'm going to think about this forever. And I think that, no offense, but I think you're going to have to think and work on things.
What do you mean?
Like if she really does all this healing, I'm going to believe and be like, oh my God, no, this is like a game-changing moment for me, because I am the pessimistic or optimistic, like, oh my God, this is going to change everything. We're going to wake up and be able to work through things better. Because I think that in my mind, everybody should think like me. And I feel like you're going to be like, no, it was just because she was there.
That can be true. Like, that's why I feel in therapy in general, where I'm constantly like trying to find tools to be like, how can I want peace, and I want to be able to just be like, oh, that's not worth the fight. What Carey said this morning about like how she deals with things of like, didn't wash the dishes. Like, how do I really feel about like, is it worth, what happens if he's not with me anymore? If he passes away, am I going to really worry about those dishes that weren't washed? Or am I going to wish he was here instead? Like, those things are how I like. So what you're saying is probably true, that like, depending on the tools and how we can implement them, like I am very optimistic.
Well, if you guys didn't have this experience of the communication struggle, how would you spend your time differently?
We'd probably be together more, because 90% of the time when I'm pissed off, I'm like, I need you to leave,
Or she's gone.
or I leave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We would be more productive for sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for sure. We would be working more, and we would be, yeah,
Probably making more money and doing all the like everything would be better.
we'd be kissing more. A lot more kissing. Kissing instead of cursing.
Yeah, well,
Okay. All right, you ready?
yeah.
Okay. So basically, in order to elevate out of these types of feelings and experiences that keep us stuck in these loops of frustration, according to 5 elements, you have to understand, well, what is the goal? Like, what is this process of this foundational way that the energy moves in a system so that it's healthy? And then where am I operating from? And so you know the gap, and then you know how to fill the gap. And so when you deal with 2 individual people, it's first interesting to see like your own gaps in yourself, and then you as a couple. So I'm going to show you kind of the gap and why you have these thoughts in the first place, and then how to fill it in your own lives, but then as a couple.
Okay.
So should we start with Angel, with yours? So so your elements, your highest was earth, your second was fire, third metal, fourth wood, fifth water. And when your highest element is earth, you are amazing at being the glue that keeps all relationships together. You want to be the house where everybody comes and feels loved and cared for and fed and wants to come back. You want to be the one who's needed and seen as the person who can turn chaos into order, and appreciated for it, recognized for it, because otherwise it kind of feel used, because you go out of your way so much to make sure that everything is beautiful and non-chaotic, and then no one gives a darn about it, and it just feels like shit.
You're
That's such a good example.
And then you're like, thumbs up.
That's such a good example of you. Like, if she holds the door open for someone and someone doesn't say thank you, she's like,
I'm like, you're welcome.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So earth is at risk under stress. Each element is at risk for getting their self-worth met by outside sources, by other people or other things. So your gift in this world is that you came in being the one of the 5 that knows how to care for others and knows how to give unconditionally. And to heal or to keep yourself from overdoing that and feeling disrespected, you have to do 2 things. 1, do something for yourself every day. Because earth is at risk for thinking that I shouldn't have needs. And if I...
This is very on brand.
Yeah. Okay.
This is,
There's a
so
reason
happy that-
Simon and Schuster is like pushing this book,
I'm
right?
so
She
happy
knows
you're
what she's
telling me
talking
this.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. So even if it's a little thing, even if it's watching a silly video, even if it's giving yourself a hand massage, even if it's taking a bite of something you find delicious and not sharing it with Tony,
Yeah, I like this.
It's for me. This is my time.
right? Something divine for you every day. And the other thing is to remember that no is a full sentence. Earth,
That's very hard for me.
yes. So Earth is at risk for thinking that they are the glue in relationships. That if something goes wrong, they feel guilty that they did something to make it go wrong. And
This is literally spot on
yeah,
to my whole existence.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And the thing is, yes, 100% you came in knowing how to have badass relationships and be the amazing relationship person. And the challenge comes when you need other people to acknowledge that and appreciate that in you in order to feel you have self-worth. Because the truth is, everyone else is in their own world, doing their own thing, dealing with their own demons and chatter. And many of them didn't notice that you made dinner, didn't notice that you held the door, not because they don't recognize how freaking amazing you are. It's because they're freaking out about the interview that they might not get the job or whatever crap they're obsessing about in the moment. And so when we hang our self-worth on whether or not other people notice that we took care of them, we spiral very quickly into feelings of complaining and abandonment. And the only way to avoid that, because we can't control what other people think and do,
Right.
is to notice the very earliest, most subtle sign that you're about to get pissed, that people don't sympathize with the fact that you take care of everything all the time. As soon as you notice that you're going to get pissed about it, it's time for you to go outside. It's time for you to regulate. It's time for you to exhale. It's time for you to eat your own freaking chocolate and not share it.
That's usually when I leave the room. I'm like, I'm going to Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do take everything so personal from strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
and then I carry it all day.
Yeah. That's Earth is a gatherer. So if you think about the earth outside and on the ground, it gathers our houses and our roads and our plants, and it holds them and it wraps around every little bit of everything so that everything is safe. It makes sure that we never step foot outside and fall. It's always there to hold us. And we just abuse the hell out of it. Bam, 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 bam. So that's how Earth primaries are at risk of feeling. I sit here and I hold everything for us. I make everything beautiful, and you don't appreciate it. And so the only thing Earth can control, anyone can control, is their relationship to how they perceive reality. So you
So
could,
hard.
right. So and it's hard. We were made, each primary, our primary is hard for us. It's very hard for me not to be fiery. But I know it's my weakest link. It's the very way I'm at risk for believing other people should love me, and then going spiraling out about that I've been betrayed.
Yeah.
They didn't see me and love me for who I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. Honestly, when you were saying it, I was like, am I going to cry? And I had to hold back not crying. So I'm like, it's so true. Everything you're saying is so true. Every single day. I feel like every single day I deal with it, even if it's not at home, like a stranger or like at work or just like, I even told you the other day, I'm like, I'm tired of people not acknowledging when like we bump into each other and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And they just keep going. I'm like, fuck you. Say something. Just acknowledge.
Yeah.
Anything. It makes me so angry. But yeah, that's hard to be like, it's not you. I have to I usually say it out loud. I'm like, it's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's
Well,
them.
and like to add on to the appreciation thing, like it's, that flaw that like what she does, like the decorations, like when you came in, you're like, oh my God. And I was like, that's Angel. Angel is like amazing at this stuff. She's really great. But I never say it to her. I haven't even said like, oh my God, the Christmas tree looks amazing. And I think it. And I see it all the time. And I walk in the house and I'm like, oh my God, this place is so cozy and amazing, and it's 100% her. There it is.
Thank you. A baby.
Enjoy your month. But it's true. But that is true. Like, and it sucks hearing that conversation, being like, oh yeah, that's me. That's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. And how easy is it to just give her that? Like, so easy.
And it's literally all I need.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, today's going to be a great day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of kissing in this house tonight.
Yeah, shave again. My mustache is going back.
Less cursing, more kissing. Yeah. And I love that no is a full sentence. That's going to be really hard for me.
Yeah, so that one's hard. And you don't have to come out and be pushy and no.
Right.
It could be, you could create something for yourself that's like, if I were to say, Angel, I forgot my bags at Costco. You know, can you go get them for me? And you have to pick up your son and you have to cook dinner. You have all these other things to do. Your earth in you is going to want to say, well, I don't want to ruin the relationship with Carey, so
Right.
I better say yes. So something, rather than just saying no, you could say, I love that you care about me so much and you trust in me to be your go-to person. It makes me feel really good. And you know what? Let me check my calendar just to make sure. Or to say like, I don't have time to do that for you today. Is there anything, I have 15 minutes from 5 to 5:15. Is there anything I can do for you in those 15
In that
minutes
time.
that can help you? Can I call a couple of my friends to see if they could do the drive?
Yeah, it's hard for me to say no to people.
Oh, yeah. Very.
Yeah.
And then if I have to, like I don't have a choice, I think about it days, weeks, and I'm like, they probably hate me now.
Yeah, that's a
We're
problem.
not going to be friends, and they're not going to want to be my friend anymore. And then I'm constantly apologizing. Like even like my boss yelled at me the other day. He's like, if you say I'm sorry one more time, and I'm like,
Yeah. I want to say that. I want to say that.
Sorry for saying I'm sorry.
I want to say that to her all the time. Like, you don't have to keep saying that. You can't stop apologizing to
I
that
can't
person.
stop apologizing.
Yeah, or thank you, thank you,
Like, oh,
thank you,
I'm
thank you,
sorry.
thank you, thank you, thank.
Well, yeah. I mean, the earth,
Yeah.
the primary earth believes that they are the glue in relationships and believes they should never have to see conflict. And so if you're apologizing and over giving and over making sure that you didn't do anything to cause any conflict, then there's this subconscious belief that everything's going to be okay and you
Yeah.
won't be abandoned.
Correct.
Is where it
And you're
goes
not going to hate me.
right.
Yes.
But think about it from the other perspective. Think about the people who you care about in your life, who you've had relationships with, friendships, and was it okay for you that they didn't over apologize or that they said what they needed if you asked them? Kind of feels good, right? It's like
Yeah.
I know what you need. Oh, good. I'm so glad I know what you need. Like
Yeah.
you're straightforward with me and decisive.
Yes. But then also like, no, yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it's just hard to put myself in the other shoe because it's like, I just don't, I have to like really work through that. Like, this is not you, it's them. This is not you, it's them. Like, everything's fine. And then I'll think about it later and go, no, everything's fine. Like, I have to talk myself out of being upset about things.
Yeah.
It's hard to do that.
You're crazy.
So there is a way, there is a way that's different. So it's interesting with Earth, it's hard to talk yourself out of the challenge because the challenge is talking. So I think it was Einstein. I'm so bad at remembering details, but I think Einstein said like you can't solve a problem with the same methodology that the problem was created. So if you have a talking problem, you can't talk your way out of it.
Interesting.
And so the way that Earth gets out of the rumination and the worry is through the next element, which is metal. So metal is an element that's like a very clearly defined beginning and end, like a metal box. Earth can get into overwhelm and over Earth, and it could just get overflowing. And so certain things can stop your mind from rumination. So rather than addressing the thing you're ruminating about, go clean out a shelf. Go clean, organize your sweaters. Wipe down the kitchen counters because there's a very clear beginning. There's very clearly mess and a very clearly neat. So you can't overthink it. You know when it's done.
Yeah, it's like more structured.
Yeah, anything that's structured, anything you can organize your junk drawer, organize your pen jar. tap out to the beat of a song. Count the beats. That's never wrong. Count how many corners there are in a room. Once you're finished, you're finished. It's like, so
Okay, done.
yeah. And those types of behaviors can stop the ruminating mind and give you space to have a relationship with the conversation that's happening, so that you can say to yourself, is that really true? Or is that my earth thinking that I'm the one who can save a relationship? When a relationship means it's two things are relating. And
Right.
so it's an like what you guys were talking about is like when you do the thumbs up and you don't say what you mean, I know what really happened, and then you just still say no, and I get bigger in my annoyance, and then you get bigger and you're quiet. So it's this interrelated thing that's happening, the dynamic between the two. It's not just the one thing. So the more you can quiet the one thing, everything around you quiets. Then Tony will all of a sudden just say what he means, and you never have to ask him, because he's no longer doubling down on his primary to stay safe, which is metal. We'll go into yours next, which is like quieting and putting up a wall.
Cold like his heart.
Wow.
Bazinga.
Now we're over communicating.
I was waiting for that joke.
Yeah, she was formulating it all night.
Yeah.
What is he metal? What can I say? What zinger can I put in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just keeping it. We're keeping it light.
Yeah. So for you, it's the first part is recognizing what is your overactive earth and naming it, rather than being I am feeling this thing, or I am not good because, or this thing happened to me. The conversation in your mind becomes, oh, my earth is over believing that there's a problem here.
Because there's not. It's just
Right.
in my head that there is.
Yeah.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what do I do when I over believe that this is true? I go into my metal. What can I organize? What can I clean? What can I count? And it stops the rumination so that you can see it clearly for what it is, and then decide what to do about it. Because if it is, the emoji needs to stop, then if you address it in your calm, empty energy instead of your earth fire energy, all of a sudden it becomes about a third. It's not about the people. It's about this depersonalized element that's getting stuck in the flow of how things need to flow. And you're like, hey, how can the emoji, even though I know it has nothing to do with you not loving me, what are some other choices? And then all of a sudden it's just about like, oh, well, I could use flowers and 5 words. And then you might say, well, here's 5 options of 5 words that I love. Surprise me. And then you can like cut and paste. And then it just becomes like, oh, it's that one thing that's the fly in the ointment. Let's just remove the fly. It has nothing to do with how much we love each other. It's that my primary earth is at risk for believing something when I don't feel good.
Yeah. Oof. It's going to be. I feel like if I say, let's try that again, or use a different word, you're going to be like sarcastic and like try to be funny. And
I'm never sarcastic, first of all.
Make me more mad.
Hey.
So
sarcasm.
I'm gonna pause real quick because she waved her hand.
Oh,
Can we
okay.
do a wide angle?
Yeah,
too, 'cause
yeah,
I want
for
to
sure.
continue.
Sorry.
Absolutely. No, you're good.
No.
See what we got.
Okay.
Okay, now we're on to
So should we
Tony.
do Tony?
Yeah, let's figure. Let's
Okay.
crack
with
open
this?
that box.
Okay, let's give you a lot of love, and I promise you this will feel safe and loving and only good, and will bring you closer to everything you want in life and in love and everything. So, okay, ready, Freddie?
Ready.
Okay.
And I'm in charge of editing this, so I can just.
Okay. So in order to give you that outcome where you both gain back hours of your lives every day towards planning the life you want, towards loving each other more, towards more kisses and more money and all the things, the next step will be to talk about similar things for your constitution. And then after that, I'll combine the two.
Okay.
And give you like a very clear-cut thing, simple, that you can do for yourselves and each other every day to build that life that you want.
Okay, I love it.
All right, Tony. Okay, so Tony, your primary is metal.
Heavy metal. Heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
Specifically.
With very high earth and fire also. So it's not like you don't have the same qualities that Angel has. You just lead with a different one. Your next one, which is also pretty high, is water, and your lowest is wood energy. And so when your highest is metal, your gift to the world is beauty and grace and perfection and value. You came out of the womb knowing exactly how to notice what's valuable and what's not, and how not to waste your time on stuff that's not going to help you.
Yeah.
And where you're at risk is believing that other people should acknowledge that you are the one who is valuable, and grieving the loss or the past or how things should be, that people should be acknowledging the fact that I knew exactly how to get that done. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so again, it's like hanging your self-worth on the whims of other people remembering shit or paying attention in ways that they're likely not, because they're all up in their head worried about whatever garbage is going on in their own lives. That, and likely, if they're not listening to what you know is valuable, they're not quite ready to make that change in their lives yet. And so can you have compassion for that person who needs to feel the pain a little bit longer, who needs to keep dating that wrong person for a few more decades? Even though like you can see it clear as a bell, if they made this change, life would get better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see. Your lowest is wood energy. And wood energy, I think we talked a little bit about it before, is the future. It's forward momentum. It's noticing. It would be your capacity to notice, like, darn it, I really wish it could have been, or I wish they would have noticed, or I wish something happened in the past. To notice it and spend more than half of your time focusing on what are you going to do differently going forward so that does get better, rather than spending more of the time thinking about what happened in the past. So metal is really good at learning from mistakes. They're at risk of holding on to the story of the mistake instead of only using it as the medicine to create a better future.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Got me.
Okay. And so where you can notice that, I'm getting stuck in my stuff, is grieving the fact that you have to be feeling grief about something right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then finding the fatal flaw in everything.
Yeah.
And pontificating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
And that energy, so metal is the energy of, like, each one of the five has a speed of engagement. Metal is the energy of stop. Water is the energy of going deep to eternity, just depth. Wood is the energy of upward spiral as fast as it can possibly go. Fire is the energy of scattering all over the place and getting confused. Earth is the energy of side to side hugs. And so when we're in flow, we use them all when they're needed. Sometimes burning building, get the hell out of the building fast. We use our wood energy. It's not time to kumbaya and put our hands around each other. So part of this challenge is to use the right energy at the right time for the right reasons,
Right.
in the right situations. So what happens when you guys get frustrated at each other, you're at risk for overusing the stop energy and putting up a wall of don't want to, it's safer, it's more comfortable to have boundaries. And that feels safe in your body. And for you, when you feel frustrated, you want the hug. You need the closeness. You need to know that you still love me. You're not abandoning me. And metal can feel like abandonment because it closes down. And so the way you both go into your reactive states in your primary is the very thing that triggers each other into wanting to go more and more into feeling safe. And so you'll overreach and you'll stand back. And when you understand that it's just the element, it's not personal, it's just the way you're at risk for overusing one element and underusing your water or your fire or your wood energy. When you feel uncomfortable, the mind, the body, the person, whatever, we can't tolerate the discomfort. So we do the thing that impulsively we think makes us feel better and have to stop feeling that uncomfortable feeling quick.
Mm-hmm.
And so for metal, it's boundary. For earth, it's a hug. For fire, it's tell me I'm beautiful. For wood, it's let's get out of here fast. Let's move it. For water, it's isolation and going deep into my own private imagination. And when we do that, instead of staying still and having faith that our temporary discomfort will pass and gaining information while we wait, we stimulate the worst in each other, which is what you're seeing in politics, what you're seeing in the world stage, what you can sometimes see in your own relationships. When you're not meaning, when you want the hug or when you want the quiet, it's not that you have any, it's not about each other. It's about your primary element is the only thing stimulated at the moment. Mm-hmm. And to heal, you need to use all 5 of your parts instead of just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a specific rotation that you're supposed to go in? Like it goes in order. So like if I'm Earth, what do I go to next?
Yeah. So it depends. Like on yes, and like to put it through, like let's put it to work into context. So
okay, so it depends on the situation.
Yeah, but it's usually the same, but out of context, it's hard to grasp.
Okay.
So like, what's an example you want? Like, okay, you get a thumbs up emoji. Should we walk through that?
Sure.
Okay, so tell me. So you're doing your day, and you send a text. You ask a question or something. Like, how would it go?
Can you take the garbage out?
Can you do me a favor, please, and take the garbage out when you get home?
On it. I'm on it.
But you don't say I'm on it.
That's
Just
what it means.
thumbs up.
I'm on it.
Okay.
So then what happens in your, so you see that, and what's the first thing that happens?
I'm immediately mad at him.
So
like,
you have,
fuck you.
so anger comes up.
Yes.
So anger, and do you think, are there any words that form? Like, is it a sentence in your head? Like, he is a jerk, or he doesn't care about me,
Yikes.
or he should have said blah, blah, blah. Like, is there a word?
It's mostly just like, what a dick.
That's what we're dealing with, people.
Yeah.
Like, what a dick.
We should make a t-shirt.
There's this emoji that I'm not using, right? Which I could use if I was like, yeah. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so what happens is it's kind of like each one of us has an immediate, it happens so fast, this emotional reaction to things that make us feel uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And we very quickly spiral down this path of making it mean something. And so your work, one, we're going to get proactive, and I'm going to give you guys something to do every day to make sure that you create a foundation for being able to be adaptive to these moments, because we're all human and we do dumb things. And so the best thing to be able to do is to be able to be adaptive to them when they come. But in the moment, for starters, if you see a thumbs up emoji, the first thing to do is notice if you have any critical, judgmental, finger-pointing thoughts about yourself or anyone else in the moment.
Mostly just him.
So if a critical thought comes up, the work is to go into your metal, which is exhale. Like, imagine that thought or emotion is in a bubble in front of you. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, and imagine that you're watching that bubble fly up into the heavens and disappear.
Like that.
And like watch it. And you may need to do it 2 or 3 times to, like, if you were to say like your frustration was at a 10, blow the bubble away and check in, like maybe it went to a 7, maybe you need to blow it again till it gets down to a 3.
Okay.
And then, because the breath is metal, the exhale
Right.
is
The
metal.
lungs.
Yeah.
This method, right? Because I don't do thumbs up, so this method you apply to other things, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
because if I do this to you, it does mean, right? If it weren't a fight, I guess my point is I don't do this anymore to you. I do it to other people in the world that I don't think have that reaction.
Yeah.
So
It's probably most people.
me doing this to you means I'm mad.
Yeah, correct.
So that thing's probably not going to work.
No, but this is just a certain, like,
Yes.
no, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure we're clear.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, master.
A lot of communication happening here.
Yeah. But you know what? The other thing that I want to share is that we get so used to asking for tips and tools to deal with stress in the moment. How do I deal with this big volcano that just erupted inside of me? And so there's so many people who teach that, and there's so many things you can like physically take, and tips and tools and all these things you can do. So that's a very Western medicine approach to what do I do when shit hits fan and then there's an emergency. So like the emergency room of mental health. And Eastern practices are preventative care. So it's not like you're not going to go to an acupuncturist, if God forbid there was like, a broken bone.
Right.
I mean, maybe it helps with the pain, but you're not going to go there for them to reset your bone.
Right.
But Western medicine's great at that. You get to that emergency room, get that done. And so what Eastern practices like this is really great for is creating the container for the potential for everything to be okay. And so it's preventative, proactive care. So how do I create the capacity so that this environment is a place where even when we do dumb shit, nobody like has a reaction. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
So
Being proactive about the reaction. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
It's like preventative.
Yeah. Yeah. So the first thing is to notice that if I'm having a reaction, that's just my earth not being balanced with the rest of my elements. And if I'm having a reaction, that's just my metal not being balanced with the rest of my elements. So discomfort is an invitation to get closer to each other. So the second I feel uncomfortable about an emoji or about a question, rather than the impulse is going to be, I don't like the discomfort, you're causing my discomfort, so you better stop, which always causes more oppositional thinking and that interrelatedness that doesn't work. So the other option is to notice like, oh, my primary element got annoyed. I need to recognize that, exhale it, and come in and say, oh my gosh, I just did something that caused some discomfort. I want to know, like, let's talk about it. What do you need from me right now? And
Like to ourselves. Like, what do I need from me? Or
well, if you're having an argument with each other,
Okay.
or a disagreement, or if some emotion comes up, the immediate element, the primary element, wants to be right more than it wants to have unity.
okay, yeah.
Interesting.
And it's just the primary element. It's not us.
Right.
It's just because we have all 5, and we're supposed to be using all 5 in order to stay grounded.
Right.
But we're at risk of using the one we scored the highest in. Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like when I'm already upset, I'm not going to be like, what did I do to
Yeah.
upset you? How can I fix that? I'm like, why are you mad? Immediately I'm like,
That face too.
yeah,
That was it right there.
why are you mad? Like annoyed that you're mad.
So what happens to metal? Asking why. So metal in order to function well needs boundaries. I don't know. Boundaries is like a loaded word because it's not like the way we use it all the time.
Right. Right.
It needs space it needs to know that we know that they know what they're doing. Like they're in a process. Metal is slower than fire and earth because it's the energy of stop. And so if you think about in order for someone to process their feelings or their grief or what they're going through or the experience of being asked, why are you mad even, metal needs to stop and really like sit back and reflect on it a little bit rather than being able to answer the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
But earth just wants to know you're not abandoning me.
Yeah.
And I need to know right away.
Like right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So, there's this idea, like getting proactive. And then that you, when this interrelated thing that happens, when you need to know that you're safe and connected, and you need to know that there's enough space for you to be, have your process of thinking through, because metal needs to get it right. And earth and fire just needs it now.
Yeah.
And so if you don't have proper space and time to think about getting it right, you might say the wrong thing. And what's reinforced, what you said earlier, was it kind of reinforces this reactive metal belief that if I'm forced to say it too quickly, then I'm going to get it wrong and you're going to get mad anyway.
Right.
And so it's this reinforced, like, I can't win.
Yeah.
And metal just needs to formulate their thoughts. Like you and I have thoughts really fast. We know what they are, and they are instantaneous. And how could anyone else not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But
What do you mean?
metal is like, they really need to sit back
Oh,
and
so true.
think about it and let it formulate. It's almost like, imagine like a diamond. It has to sit under the earth and get squashed for, I don't know how long. I should probably look that up, but I don't know how, but it's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what metal is. It's
Hey.
like,
I'm a diamond, just so you know.
Diamond
Let's
in the rough.
keep it right. Diamond over here.
All right.
Thank you. All right. Sorry.
A gem.
Um,
So when I say what a gem,
I think.
just know.
I think. Well, I think that's what's like. God, it's so crazy to hit on the. You like keep hitting it right on the nose for both of us. Like even the idea of like I need to process this. Like if I do this, it's gonna cause if I do this. Either way, is gonna be a fight. And then like it's which is the worst fight? Kind of like that. Like process. Metal. Yeah. It's a real thing. I mean, and it's like I can totally see how this works, for sure. Like, yeah.
yeah. So like you start with giving yourself grace by knowing like, okay, I'm not losing it. I overbelieve the things my earth says to me sometimes. And it's a habit. It becomes a conditioning because it feels safe. It feels like it's the thing that's going to save you. If you want to stay in the unit and I'm the glue, then no one leaves, which is not entirely true. If I use all my elements, I don't over-earth anybody, and everyone feels safe showing up as who they are. And then all of a sudden, all the things I wanted to happen, all those easy relationships just start to emerge because I'm not forcing anything.
Yeah.
And so same with metal, same with any element. When we stop overusing it and start to kind of reach into those other beautiful parts of ourselves, what we're also actually doing is honoring and dignifying the beauty in the people around us too, who are those primary elements. And when people feel seen and dignified and respected for who they are, they stop doubling down into their primary and making us wrong. And then everyone just naturally, so that's what I mean by creating the container where everyone just always feels seen and dignified. And if one of us has a bad day, the other is stable enough to be adaptable to that moment and be like, oh, Tony sent me that emoji. He must have like heard some news that's upsetting to him. I'm gonna just give him space.
Yeah.
And so then then all of a sudden Tony was like, I recovered so damn quickly because I had the space to recover. And now can I tell you the whole story about what happened?
Right.
So that's kind of like how it shifts.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot, it's grace, right? A lot of it is grace. Like what we were talking about earlier today. It's just like understanding there's something going on over there that like I can maintain this ship while that one steadies itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want me to give you the proactive, like, little thing to do for each
Please,
other?
yes.
So, so I work with kids sometimes, and what I notice is that kids who are primary wood are the toughest ones in school because they don't want to follow the rules. They don't want to sit in their desk. They need to move, and they have to follow these tight rules. And what I explain, teachers, try to discipline them or redirect them and try to get them to follow along, and it doesn't work, and it's exhausting. And so the tactic I teach them is that, well, this wood kid needs to feel seen, needs to feel respected, needs to feel like they have agency over themselves, that they have a choice, that they're winners. So give it to them every day in a very wholesome, beautiful way so that you're filling their plate, and they're not starved for the very thing that they think is keeping them alive.
And then acting out.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're full. It's like giving someone, like, they've had a full breakfast, so they're not like looking for snacks in their bag all afternoon. So you can do that for each other. So one thing that you can do for Tony, and then you guys can also like customize it for what makes sense. But you can soften this feeling of I'm not acknowledged for my value by every day waking up and bookending your day, and the first thing in the morning, looking at Tony, like, I really value that you set up this amazing podcast studio with such detail, like the mechanics. I could never have done any of that, like this, and look what it has done for our lives. And maybe at the end of the day, noticing, like, Tony, you washed the car and it had been a mess, and I really needed, you made me look like I know how to clean a car when I arrived at that event last night, and it was dirty for a week, and da-da-da. So this is how your attention to detail has improved my life. And then all of a sudden, it's easier for Tony to adapt to all the moving chaos in the world. And so for you, things you can say for Angel, also bookend the day. Just start the day and end the day with something that makes Earth feel seen, which is Earth loves to be seen as the person who created this hub of love, and this home is loving and welcoming, and that you're such a good friend, and that you take care of so many more things than you ever had to, and that you think ahead for ways to make people feel good and seen and cared for, and you do it with such beauty, and you never ask for a thank you. Like, you just do it because it's like the way you do it. And to be in a loving relationship with someone who's like that, I feel like I'm a king. Like, I hit the jackpot. Pun intended for Las Vegas.
You're on a roll. I love that. You got roulette wheels.
Right? Right? So, like,
Let's get to the sin.
Right. Right. But when you proactively create the conditions for someone to not have to go starving for the very thing that they need to feel seen in this world, all of a sudden you can handle anything. Like, you walk out in the world, like, you have a home that nourishes who you are, that sees you for the beautiful person that you are, and that your person sees you. And if your person has a shitty day, then you're like, it's okay. That's like an anomaly. Because every day is like celebrating, like, oh my God, I found you, and you know what you're really good at that I love? And then you fill each other up like that.
Yeah. It's hard too when it's like your cup is not full, and you know that what they need, because I know what he needs, and I do feel like if we're in a good place, I'm good about telling you, like, that, validating you. Like, I compliment this podcast setup every chance I get. But like, or I will thank him for doing the dishes, like little things where I'm like, thanks for doing the dishes, or thanks for taking me thanks for dinner last night, or whatever, like little things. But it's hard for me to want to fill his cup when mine's not being filled either. So that's like, I feel like what we also struggle with, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to match your energy then, because it's hard for me to go out of my way to make sure you feel okay.
If I'm going to starve, you're going to starve.
Yeah. And we're both going to look like we're on Ozempic. So
that's what you want, though. So that's not fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I agree.
100%. Yeah, it's exhausting to be to be in a space where you're giving and not. So, yeah, I mean, even when we feel shitty, is there one little thing you could both say to each other, even if it's a text?
It's easier to communicate through text.
Yeah.
Just add fuel to the flame.
You know, and then the other piece of it is knowing that the only thing we can count on, the only thing we can control is our relationship to our perception of reality. So even if you go a week with thumbs up emojis or not being able to say what you, or either one of you, knowing like, okay, my person is suffering. Can I turn my taking it personally into compassion for the fact that they're struggling? And take this as an, you know, like, hey, are you taking care of yourself? Like, do you need anything? Are you okay? And you both might say like, I'm doing some internal work. And so taking that opportunity to, you know, write more or spend time with your friends more, and knowing that you're committed here, and not taking those moments of like needing some quiet reflection time like it means anything. And if you feel like it does, ask. You know, and if, for example, you need more connection when you need more quiet time, then coming together and talking about that, like, how do we do that? Like, what should be the process?
Yeah.
You guys both have kind of lowish wood energy. Not low, but it's not in the scale of your 1 to 5 elements. Tony, it's your lowest, and Angel, it's your second lowest. And wood is a plan B. If your wood is knowing that who am I to think that the way I think it's going to go is ever going to be the way it's going to go? And if we get stuck thinking it should have gone my way, shame on me. And so wood is plan B, plan C, backup plan, plan D. So if plan A is I'm appreciated for who I am, and there's no cold shoulder when I communicate, and there's never asking me to explain when I don't feel like it, then it's incumbent upon us to come up with, okay, that didn't work, so I'm going to initiate plan B. And so plan B that you guys decided on over dinner is movie night. You know, like, we're not going to talk to each other, but we're going to go watch a movie because we know we've agreed in our plan, you know, our backup plan meeting that no matter what, we love each other, and we both deal with shit that we've got to work out. And so sometimes it's going to feel lovey-dovey, and sometimes it's going to feel like I got shit to work out. And so plan B takes care of you because he's sitting next to you watching a movie, but it also takes care of you because you're watching a movie and you don't have to talk.
Yeah, balance.
Right. And then if that doesn't work, what's plan C? Well, plan C is at least we eat a meal next to each other without talking. So he's next to me, so I know he loves me, and she's next to me and she's not asking me.
Our mouths are full, so we can't eat.
Yes, we can't talk. So like, think about like, well, if you can't have plan A, rather than spiraling, what's the next best thing, and so on. And then that becomes, you like put it up on the wall, like, and just call it, I'm enacting plan B.
That's not a bad idea, actually. It's not a bad idea. Plan B, not the pill.
That's funny. Not pregnant.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Good. I feel like all of this makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And it sounds like talking about it sounds a lot easier than it's going to be, obviously, because like getting yourself back down to that, like, okay, you're fine. Just chill. It's not you, it's them. But that's also kind of feels like placing blame. Like, well, I guess that's just when I internalize things. But like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just reacting this way specifically. Just chill for a minute.
It's not you, it's
I'm
them.
gonna put my, no, I just mean like, I meant internalizing things.
No, but that's good. Good to know.
Well,
All the
it's-
millions of our.
Yeah, it's interesting because we think about it. Pain has to be caused by someone, right? If we think, well, I'm having pain, who did it? Well, okay, so it wasn't me doing it to myself. Someone else did it to me. It's our perspective taking that started like in, Descartes in 1500, which is I think therefore I am, and you are not. And so all of a sudden we were different and had different perspectives, which made us feel inadequate. All of a sudden, like, well, you have more perspective or different or bigger or better.
Yeah.
And like, there must be something wrong. So we're so cemented in this, I feel uncomfortable, somebody did it to me. And this is a method to realizing, to reframing what discomfort actually is.
Yeah.
You know, it's an invitation to see which element do I need to take care of right now. We only feel discomfort if we're overusing one and underusing another.
So there needs to be a balance in all 5,
Yeah, like it's
or like close.
yeah. I mean, well, the numbers don't have to be the same. When you take your questionnaire, it just tells you what your path is to
Yeah.
balance.
Like awareness of what is
Yeah.
lacking and what you're needing to.
But I just
Keep
mean
up.
like using all 5, you need to use like, or is balancing out your, like choosing the element to balance yourself out, is that it is circumstantial. So like in this moment I need to use metal. In this moment I need to use, okay.
See, you got it. Yes. Because if you're going out with your high school buddies, you're going to use your fire and talk about bathroom jokes and silliness.
Yeah.
Although you guys do that even when you're not high school buddies. But yeah, but when you're putting on comedy and you need to uplift, you're going to use your fire. When there's an emergency and you need to get out of a place, you're going to use your wood. When you're ready to go to sleep, you're activating your water because it's about sleeping and resting and going into nothing. When you need to make sure your taxes are done, you're not going to use your fire. You're going to use your metal. I mean, you might. I know.
Like that picture.
I don't know anything. And your earth, you're going to use when you're trying to create a warm, loving home and a meal that everyone can enjoy together. And so when you're overusing your earth at a time that calls for metal, you're going to create disharmony.
Isn't that so crazy that like there's a time when you don't want to use that?
Yeah.
I know it sounds like selfish of me to say because it's my first thing, but it's even saying it out loud. Like there's a time that creating a loving environment and a warm hug is not what you should do.
Yeah. Imagine
Like,
with a stranger, with
Yeah.
someone who's dangerous, right?
Yeah,
Like you don't want them to feel welcome in your home.
that's true.
right.
Not in my home, but I probably would still be like, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so
sure.
sorry. Sorry about the dog.
Yeah. 101%.
I don't know though, because the other day when that girl threw a rock at your window, I was like, pick up the rock, I'll throw it right back at her. Drive by. I was ready to fight. And
Yeah.
he was like, no. I'm like, I know, but like, I will fight this bitch.
Yeah. I took over Earth. that
Yeah,
moment.
you sure did.
Yeah.
And well, I guess mine was, wait, wood is a upward spiral?
Oh, well, wood goes up and fire scatters and has big emotions, big drama.
Okay, so that was fire.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I love this. I love this.
I knew you would.
I know you have been saying you're like, I can't wait for you to meet her. And I still feel so good
Oh, good.
physically. Like I can't get over it. That was insane. My mom's like, you need to go to the emergency room. I will come pick you up after you guys are done.
Who needs an emergency room?
Yeah.
We have
Saving us
a
money left and
healer.
right.
Literally. I love it.
It's so wild, like that. When you, I think we've talked about this on the phone. Like this can seem overwhelming, but it's not. It's so simple, and yeah, I think that's like one of the most important. I mean, I think a lot of people, even the idea of a book, you're like, I can't. What am I learning about? But if you just can wrap your brain around like what it is. That's why I've been saying this for a while. I think you need a podcast, and I think you need to do this more, because even I could feel Casey over there just absorbing,
Yeah.
learning through what she was watching. And I think that's what you really should be doing. And like, it's not that hard. It's so easy to do. But like for people out there that just like it's so like it's such a cool, it's such a cool tool. you know, and like even hearing you talk about it, like it's like, oh my God, right on the nose, right on the nose, right on the nose.
Yeah,
It's not,
crazy.
it's like a kooky guessing, you know, weird, like it's just is what it is.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense too, like the equation of, you know, finding out what the data is and then it's being, oh, it's
Yeah.
that.
I do have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Okay, one, why is the V black?
Because it's a Roman numeral 5.
Oh,
Right?
yes, I love that.
But so many people ask me that. It's very funny. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Is that your idea?
No. It was the Simon and Schuster designed
It's so
the
great.
cover.
Did they give you a
yeah.
bunch of different options and like,
No, it was very funny because my primary is fire. I have a hard time being specific and making a decision. And so they gave me that cover pretty much. And I kept making little adjustments until finally I got told, Miss Davidson, no more adjustments. It is what it is. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
You're like, fine.
Yeah.
awesome.
My next question is about what happened this morning when you were helping me feel better and healing me. Are you exhausted after?
No, because it's not from me.
Like,
Okay.
like 11 in Stranger Things.
Kind of.
Oh, right.
Kind
Like
of.
you were waiting for her nose to bleed after she did that to you?
No, but like I know I have spoken to somebody who's done like, well, in a past life you worked at a monastery, I don't know what it's called, in France, and you would put your hands on soldiers to like help heal them. And she goes, but your problem now is you can't cut cords. So you're trying to help people feel better and then you're carrying the weight of like helping them feel better. So I didn't know if it was something that like you're helping us through this process, but are you now carrying the weight of, you know, me feeling sick or our arguments, or I mean, it was a pretty light conversation that we just had, but like in general, when you are helping people, do you like, are you able to sever the tie of like, no, I'm good.
All right. I think you said that you have to protect yourself and you have to make sure that you're
Yeah.
right. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of imagine that I have like a protective field around me, and I also was part of this 5 Archetypes practice. Is I'm always where I am, and I believe that. I mean, if you want to get kind of wonky and
do.
think about it, the only thing that's real is the present moment. Like the past is just kind of a memory, but even scientific studies have proven that our memories change the more we think about them over time. And they're also, our memories are just one tiny perspective of a much larger thing that happened because, you know, you and your siblings or you and your friends could remember the exact same experience several different ways because you were standing in different corners of the room and you didn't see what was happening out that window and he didn't see what was happening out that. And it was the same experience. So then the future, who knows?
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, we're co-creating the future with every choice we make. And so the only thing that's real is this present moment. And so part of the work, the water capacity within us is the capacity to stay present to the present moment, and that's it. And so I'm just where I am. And I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't need to know what's going to happen, which is very scary for the ego. The ego can't tolerate not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like the control.
Yeah. And fear, and it goes into the fear of, well, they might leave, or they might think I was wrong, or made a mistake, or for fire, they might not like me later. And so all that is the primary element doubling down on the ego perspective of what will keep me from having to feel fear. And so in order to heal, or do anything really, I practice every moment just being exactly where I am. And so what's in the past is like gone already. Like it's just, and all I have is here. And my goal in every moment is, can I come forward in a way that makes you feel the most safe, loved, respected and seen and held, so much so that you don't go into your primary element and double down on needing to use it to feel seen in front of me. So I reduce the amount of energy that it takes you to just show up in the world. Like, think of all the boardrooms or classrooms or meetings or performances you've shown up where there's all these personalities that you have to protect yourself and you have to hold it, prepare to deal with that, strong person or that. Imagine if we all showed up where we just knew we were being loved and seen and dignified by everyone everywhere, the amount of stuff we wouldn't have to deal with in our own bodies, the fear. So as a healer, if I'm doing energy work on you, all I'm doing is I am protecting, I guess call it protecting myself. I put this shield, not just for me, but for you. Like, if there's any tiny semblance of me holding on to something that's not helpful for you, I don't want that to be translated.
Right.
And so I'm protecting each of us, and I'm just being present and empty. I have no idea what your highest need is in my own brain, like in this body. I don't know. I'm very limited.
Right.
But I do believe that source, call it source, God, universe, whatever deliciousness we were made out of, does know. And our higher beings know what we need. And so I feel like one of the reasons I'm in this world is as a vessel to kind of embody that, and to teach other people how to do it too, because it's so easy. It's just letting go of our primary way of getting stuck in what we think should be.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. I want to learn all the things.
Yeah. That concept too about like the only thing that's real is now is so haunting and wild, like that. Did you ever read any Stephen King, or did you ever see
Oh, yeah.
The Langoliers?
Oh, I loved.
Oh my God, of course. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Like, cause you probably like keyed right into that. I can't
What's it called?
The Langoliers. Oh my gosh, we should watch. I mean, I'm sure the movie probably still holds up, but they're on an airplane, and I think they accidentally go into the future or something.
Yeah, they go through some portal.
Yes, and they don't know it, and they're like at the airport, and there's
Nobody's
everyone's
there.
gone. It's like, and everyone's like, where is it? Where did the world go? And it hadn't happened yet, so they're stuck in a place.
Oh,
And at one
yikes.
point in the movie, it passes them, and they see all that moment happen in front of. Oh, that gave me goosebumps. But that's so cool. Like to think, I so often forget about that, right? Because we're just busy about all the other things. But that concept of like, even when you said that, is gone, right? That's it was a moment that's gone.
Right.
And yeah,
Crazy.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
I like hold on to moments.
Yeah, well, your Earth holds everything.
yeah.
So you're at risk so your primary tells you what you're at risk for believing. So you're at risk for believing that you should hold on to things.
Yeah.
And it's strong in us. The
Yeah.
force is strong in us. It's strong in me to be fiery, to make sure that you like me. But imagine if all I did was go around entertaining people all day long. Not many people would want to be around me because it's not true. Like, it'd be obvious that I'm just entertaining you and trying to manipulate you.
Yeah.
Say I'm like, ugh, fuck metal, I don't want to be that anymore. I don't want that to be my primary. Is there adjustments to be like, I've now am like,
Now, I'm a tree.
yeah, no, I'm
now.
like, is there overcompensating of like, I hate that I am not more wood. I hate that I don't have that, and that you can like aspire to kind of be that. Do people change? Do these change?
Well, according to Chinese medicine philosophy, they don't. It would be as weird as saying like, dudes, tomorrow, instead of the sun, there's going to be a tree in the sky. So nature is nature, but it's not who you are. It's the work you have to do to overcome the ego and rise into higher conscious action all the time. So the only thing between us and having that higher conscious life, it's not a meditation retreat, which is nice if you want it. But it's like how to act in your everyday life, texting someone in a higher conscious state. The only thing in the way of that is your primary element. Not that it's bad when it's feeling insecure. It's at risk for sucking the air out of the rest of you, all your other 4 elements, and only using that one to function. And when we do that, we create more of a density in our bodies and minds, and we create more of what do you call interference. Like if you were to put static on the line and you can't hear the music beautifully, it's our interference. So like you needing to like close yourself off rather than answer a question is interference to higher consciousness. So higher consciousness would be, Angel, what's really going on? I know you're mad. Higher consciousness would be, oh, my metal wants me to retreat right now so that I could think. So I'm going to let it go through water, like just release everything and give her a hug and say, I love you. I'm struggling with a metal moment.
Oh, I like that, a metal moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a metal moment, that's your next tattoo. Metal moment.
I mean, maybe.
People can interpret that however they want.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I did wonder if it changed as you grew up also, like as you experienced different things in life. Like,
Evolved.
yeah, like being a single woman in your 20s versus like, now I'm in my 30s and I have a kid and he's a teenager and now I'm looking at life differently. Like, I don't know if that's, or if it just got stronger.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, we become older and wiser.
Yeah.
So you start to realize after a bunch of times of using one way to address stress and frustration, and you realize like, okay, I've done that 50 times and I still have the same crappy outcome. Maybe I need to change my tactics.
Right.
So you learn over time, like, okay, I could do better if I went into my water more when I got triggered, or I used my wood faster than my earth in these moments. So I could be earthy and I could feel it and I could go there and love myself for a second and complain for a hot minute, but then I'm gonna like give myself a timeline and cut it off at 5 minutes and use my wood to plan better for next time. Like next time, maybe I will wait to go out the door of the store until I don't have to hold the door for anybody, because I know they're not going to say thank you and I know it's going to piss me off.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to put myself in that situation anymore. I'm going to wait till there's nobody coming.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to sneak out.
And then I'm out of here. But then I have to tell everybody goodbye first.
Right.
And go hug everybody too.
It's also a problem.
Yeah. So the difference between you got like earth and metal in that, metal has the perception from their point of view. Well, I don't want to be interrupted by everybody who's freaking leaving. I'm in the middle of these great conversations with all the people still at the table.
Oh,
and
right.
so I don't want to create that pain for everybody and have to go around and interrupt them.
I don't even think about it that way.
Right.
Like, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to think that I hate them if I don't go say goodbye.
Right.
Yeah, that's me and you are very opposite that way.
No, because you don't want to say goodbye to people.
No,
You're not worried about interrupting their
no,
conversation.
that is what it is. That's exactly what I told her. It was what it was. Like I'm like, don't get up. Like I'm just gonna go. Let's pretend I just disappeared. If I could just disappear and appear in a room, I would be in heaven.
Yeah.
Like it's the entrance and the leaving is like why I don't even want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's metal. There's like metal has impenetrable boundaries and ways of doing things that maintain the righteousness of an experience and elevate the righteousness. Like it's kind of like, imagine like a clergy who studied, about how to be godly and then has a flock and teaches, their sermon. And that person, that clergy has a way of doing things. There's a way that person greets you. And it's like, they don't come and hug everybody. They wave from the pulpit, or they stand by the door and shake your hand. But there's not and you don't expect anything different from them.
Right.
So anyone who's primary metal, that's the energy. It's like that container because it's proper.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
It's so different.
It's very different. So earth is worried about not being seen as the glue in relationships. And if I don't cement this glue before I leave you, you might feel conflicted about our relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to think that I hate you. I have to go say goodbye and let you know
Yeah.
I'm leaving and I love you.
Yeah.
And then I'll see you soon. I'll text you in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I also like space. Like in the sense of like, I don't want to be around that many people for that long. Like I'm excited to go home now because it's also draining to be that.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of maturing and getting older and like feeling that, all right, now I know myself. There's going to be 15 people at this dinner. So I know I'm going to exhaust myself. So do I really want to go to that dinner?
Yeah.
Or am I going to do it once every 2 weeks now instead of, so you realize your patterns and then plan ahead for making sure you don't drain yourself.
Yeah. Because oftentimes too, when I am hanging out with friends, I come home and I'm drained. And then he's like, well, you spent all day with your friends. Like now you don't have time for me. And I'm like, that's not it. We were together all day. I'm just exhausted now.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm exhausted, but I guess maybe that could be part of it.
Old age.
Also that.
Old age.
There's also, I have a million, I could talk about it all day.
Yeah.
This is so fun.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we should figure out what to do with this. Maybe we can
When is
do
your,
more of this and reach out to more people.
yeah. When are you starting your book club? Oh, January.
So yeah, so I took your advice. So Tony scared me, not intentionally, in a good way, because metal and fire are across the circle from each other. So metal can feel scary to me, like anything organized.
I understand that.
Anything organized. When we were on the phone a couple of weeks back, and maybe even more, and I said, I want to do a YouTube channel and I can't, right? And or a series or something, and you're like, just do it. You can do this. It's not as hard as you think. And so I don't know if I told you, but I took your advice.
I love that.
And I started recording one-on-one sessions on Zoom,
Nice.
and just taking people's elements and the problem they want to solve and solving their problems in like 25 minutes.
Oh my gosh, I love
And
this.
we're about to load and have a page where you
Amazing.
can watch very quick, and they're aligned by topic but also element. So you can watch all the metal ones and they will be directly relevant
great
to
idea.
you. And you can watch all the earth ones and they'll be directly relevant. So the solutions I give any earth person you can use in your everyday life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So thank you for
Yeah.
scaring me and challenging me.
Amazing.
I needed that.
Yeah.
And just in the past week, I redid the website to be who I am and to be honest.
Oh, I love that for you.
And so what is the 5 archetypes? I was like, well, when I wrote it, I was also trying to appease, the public the way I thought I should be doing, and made it kind of sound like a personality system, which it's not. What it really is a little tiny minute things a person can do in their everyday life to elevate consciousness and make it more practical, rather than it being this elusive thing, that a guru helps you achieve. But as an everyday mom, as a dad, as a person who goes to a job and who has struggles, how do I elevate myself into higher consciousness? And so I'm starting with a book club where I'm kind of redoing the conversation. We'll use the book as the map for how do I apply this element in my life to elevate my consciousness in everyday situations. And so we'll be taking some questions and doing some guidance, live guidance, people who, have challenges. And I'm going to lead my own book club. So I'm
So fun.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Okay, so 2 questions for the book club. Are you going to post that on YouTube as well? Is this going to be a series of okay, we're going to do a chapter a day, or I've never been in a book club.
So what it's going to look like now is that it'll be 6 months. So we'll meet once a month for hour and 15 minutes. and it'll be live with me on a Zoom. And we're going to go through the process of activating everyone's water element first, because it's the one humanity has the least of, and it's the one thing that will save us.
Yeah, crazy.
It literally is peace. It's peace in our own minds. It creates the capacity to have a relationship with our thoughts rather than being identified by our thoughts.
That's also like what we're mostly made of.
Yeah,
I know.
crazy.
I know,
Crazy,
right?
crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it'll be once a month, and I will record them. And so I was thinking, and maybe I'll talk to you guys for advice on this, like to keep the recording and like put it, maybe then people could access that,
Yeah,
if
to go
they
back.
can't be on the
Yeah.
live or whatever.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
It's just more fun on the live because you can ask questions then and
Yeah.
there and get them.
Yeah.
And otherwise, you can watch and then hear the question, and maybe you'll hear somebody ask a question that you have.
Yeah.
But it's both valuable for sure.
Yeah.
We're also going to go and stay in one of the cottages and build like a studio in one of her places.
Oh my God, how fun. In your little office
know.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like can you
How
imagine her like you
fun.
can see
Yeah.
her little nook, right? Like just
Oh my gosh,
like,
yes.
yeah.
Yes, it's
It's like-
dreamy.
Yeah. That's
Ugh.
gonna be
So I'll
amazing.
tackle the tech side and she'll tackle the like designing side.
The cozy
and we'll-
side.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love it.
Yeah, that'll be
Oh.
amazing. Yeah, I'm so excited to hear that you're doing that because I think it's like going to streamline so much. Like,
No, yeah.
yes, there are people that will like rip through that and get it, but then there's people who are intimidated by books and need that. So you kind of like give, all the tools in different ways and different mediums because it's,
And just dumbing things down. Like I prefer, like people learn differently. Like if I'm
Yeah.
reading something, I'm like, I need somebody to talk me through this.
yeah, we talked about that on the phone, right? About
Yeah.
like, talk to me like I'm 10.
Yeah.
Talk to me like I'm 7, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it's true. Like even these words can be like archetypes. Like I'm not quite sure I could explain that to a kid what that means. So, but it's not that complicated. It's just like, so sometimes, yeah, spoon feeding, helping all the
Yeah.
medicine go down all that easier. I think YouTube and all of the platforms, I think you're going to excel on because
I think so too.
we talked about this too. Like I remember when I was going through stuff way back and like just going through TikTok and seeing a young guy talk about mental health. And I was just like, he wasn't a professional, but he was just talking about his problems. And it was like so helpful to be able to relate and hear that you're not alone and all those things. But just having like social media that way, like social media has terrible things, but it also has great things. And this is one of them, like being able to reach a huge, across the world,
Yeah. And now you can authentically be yourself while doing it, which I feel like is going to reach a lot more people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
So-
apps have like all the AI stuff, which sounds scary, but all the AI stuff, it'll instantly put you in different languages, which is wild.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
just imagine that, like being able to like help people in Africa, help people in like,
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah.
I'm
I am.
excited.
I'm working on a project in Africa that's
Cool.
really
Wow.
interesting. This nonprofit in Uganda, they reached out to me over the summer and they help girls say no to sugar daddies.
Oh.
Guys who come in and promise you even the basics of life in exchange. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't reach Angel because that's how I got her.
Aww.
That's not true. That is cool. Oh my
So,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
where are you with that?
So we're ironing out what the project is actually going to look like, but they want me to help them develop a curriculum that will be taught in schools throughout Uganda and to help children, especially girls, learn how to say no to sexual predators. Because based on your element, if you don't have enough water, which we know from our data that most people don't, you're at risk for impulsively saying yes so that you don't get in trouble, or so for whatever the primary element is telling you,
Survival.
the survival thing, the fear thing. So if we can elevate children's access to water, which kind of looks like pausing before you have an answer, noticing that you're about to say yes when you mean no, just that millisecond gives you the freedom, which is freedom to move in a different direction, even if that means run away.
Right.
Rather than my fire wants me to be liked, or my earth wants me to still, well, my sister said I should, or so we're developing a curriculum for those kids. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
be
super
heavy.
cool.
Yeah.
Uganda. That's all I can think of. You ever see Book of Mormon?
No, I didn't. I've always wanted to.
Oh, man.
Is
You
that a
should.
line in it?
Oh.
Yeah, he's like,
well,
Uganda.
it
Where
takes
is
place
that?
in Uganda.
Oh, so now,
It's Mormons. They would go to help Uganda.
right.
Carrie, you
Yeah.
are on.
Footsies with you.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Yes,
Did she get you?
I got her. Gotcha.
Do you have anybody that can do this to you, like what you did for her earlier? Like,
Oh, yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, is it easier for you because you understand? Like,
Or are you at a place where you can just do it to yourself?
Okay, so you want to hear weird?
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
I had a dream a few weeks back where I was shown a grid that was like, it was a square size, and it was an interwoven kind of like a pot holder. Did you ever make those pot holders when you were a kid where you would weave? You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about? The weave, basket weave kind of a look.
Okay.
And they were glowing white strands. And what I was told in this dream was that you run this grid over, like, through the body wherever you have a problem, and it clears it out, like if there's ever a problem. And I woke up in the morning with a headache, and I never get headaches. And I was reminded of that grid. And I'm like, well, I'm going to run the grid. And so I ran the grid, and it was all like meditative, not even meditative, just in my imagination, I guess. So like I'm not like physically finding it,
Right.
I'm just like imagining that go through, and my headache went away. I'm
Insane.
Like, huh. So then I've used that now and then to remove things. But I do have two people who I like to go for sessions with. Both of them are acupuncturists.
Oh, right.
But acupuncturists who are also like have a connection to something much greater than just the needles.
That's cool.
And and they, acupuncture, they take your pulses. The numbers, those elements are your pulses pretty much, to see what's overactive, what's underactive. And the point, literally, is to rebalance, is to quiet down the primary and elevate the ones that are underused, so that I'm not lopsided. Like when I only use my fire to take care of everything, I burn out.
Yeah.
And I burn other people.
Oh my God, I love it. This is so cool. This is so cool.
Yeah, I know. She's cool.
Yeah, you are so cool.
Um,
Do you get bored talking about it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Some people ask me that too. And I'm like, are you saying? So then I go into my fire. I'm like, are you saying I'm talking too much?
No,
Which is like,
I'm taking it personally. Like, I'm asking her too many questions. I'm already thinking about lunch, where we're going to go after this. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to continue to talk to you. So am I going to annoy you if I continue to talk to you about it?
were you thinking about this lunch this whole episode?
No, but I just want to keep talking. And
Yeah, I'm hungry too, though.
no, I'm not hungry even.
I
I just
am
want to keep
starving.
talking. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I feel the same
can I
way.
continue to ask? Is
Well,
it rude?
we could also have another part to this where we have, more with Carrie,
Yeah.
more saving the world with Carrie.
Saving the world with Carey.
No pressure.
No pressure.
I mean, even one person.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if you think about it, when you adjust, the interrelated dynamics between you and everyone whose orbit you come into completely and radically shifts. Like if you were able to notice, like, I feel like I'm going to close down, and I know that Angel's going to need a hug when I come home. What am I going to do for myself to quiet the part of myself that thinks it needs to close down and show up in a way that makes her feel seen? Then you eliminate the whole future story that could have been created where Angel feels unseen.
And then angry. And then that was
Right.
a fight. Whereas if you're giving me the hug that I need, then I can be like, what's going on? What? And then validate you more.
More kisses.
Yeah.
More kisses.
Yeah. And people sometimes ask me, like, are you saying I can't be who I am?
Right.
Like, this, you're telling me I have to change who I am. But what's interesting is that the thing we think we are is our primary and its most distorted state.
Uh-huh.
And we don't realize that that's actually the most distorted expression of who we are. That's not who we are.
Yeah.
That's us trying to not ever have to feel uncomfortable,
Right.
but make everyone else around us
That's
feel uncomfortable.
so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes so much
And
sense.
it's kind of fucked up. Like I don't like that, actually.
Yeah.
But
because-
that's very so accurate though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I don't like that though.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense for Earth.
Right? Because Earth, who could say that giving and caring for people it could
Is not
potentially be not a
hurting.
great thing?
like being a people pleaser, yeah, like how could that be bad?
So here's what happens. When Earth is doing it out of the goodness of their heart, not attached to needing anything in return, they do it in balance. So for example, water people, primary water, when they're feeling insecure, they need you to know that they are self-sufficient. So what the story that's happening in their mind when you're taking care of them is, oh my God, she thinks I'm not self-sufficient. She thinks I'm weak.
Mm.
That's just the story, but no one's saying any of that.
Right.
It's just like you're wondering, why is he ignoring me? Let me give some more. Let me bring like 3 meals to that family
Right.
instead of just one.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, we're watery. Like we just want to go and meditate.
Yeah, we want to be left alone or
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's not that it's bad. It's like, is it right for the context of the moment? Which is the point. Like we use Earth. You don't want to use Earth when it's time to get out of a burning building.
right.
Or when it's time to teach someone to learn their own lessons
Yeah.
so that they can function better on their own. Yeah. Yeah. Because we
I'm gonna have to continue to tell
overuse
myself. Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Do that.
And you can start off rather than just holding yourself back. You can the thing you give could be, what do you need from me right now?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than assuming.
Yeah.
Or if you want to even make it more specific, would it help? Would it make you, would it help if I made you something right now, or if I gave you advice?
Yeah.
And then be totally chill with what they say.
Right. Yeah, I do feel like in my age, I am learning that mostly. Well, sometimes with you, like I'll be like, what can I do? Like when you're stressed and you're like, I'm just stressed. I'm like, well, what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Other than just be like, well, why are you stressed? It isn't like getting irritated. But also with like Roman, when he's like, doesn't want to talk right now. I just want to be left alone. Like I'm just upset. And I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm here if you need me. Or when you're ready to talk, I'm here.
I'm still here.
Still here.
I'm still here. I'm right
Still
here.
Still here. The door's closed.
Other side of the
Still
door.
here. I made you food. I'm still here.
You ready yet? You ready yet?
But yeah, learning little things of like, okay. And then I just go and text like my mom and be like, he's upset. Like, and just let it out on somebody else who will understand versus like taking it out on. This is a very long learning process. Holy cow.
Yeah. But you'll start to notice like subtle changes that make a big difference. We're so used to noticing only the big changes, but then all of a sudden you're going to be like, you're going to realize like your whole morning was lovely. Like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're like, oh my God, everything was really nice.
And then you're like, what's wrong?
Where's the shoe?
What did
Where are the
he do?
shoes? Where are the shoes coming from? You're gonna drop any minute now.
What did he do?
All right. Well,
Well, you
we're
little.
about 2.5 hours. 2 hours and a half in. We're about ready for your catchphrase. Your
Okay, so did he already tell you?
no.
Okay, so
We don't have to talk about it. It's funny. It's our own little private joke.
yeah, but I'm not saying it.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna.
Oh,
No.
now I'm curious.
Okay.
You got my fire all
Yes,
like.
okay, yes, no, she needs to know. So at the end of the conversations, and I mean it when I say it, like we talked to really interesting people. Like, we had a friend on who's a cancer survivor, and she had like crazy operation on her face, and like they reconstructed her face and her tongue with her leg, And like she's been through so much. And then I know we had other people on that have experienced so much. And at the end, I'm just like, what a life you've lived. Like, and I mean it. Like, holy shit, I could. And he goes, you know, what you say every podcast. And I'm like, no.
Well, it's usually towards the end when it's like as
we're wrapping
hosts,
up.
too, where it's like, oh, well, like, do I have any other? And there'll be like a quick little pause, and then she'll like fill it with, what a life you've lived. And I said it to her one time, and she started dying laughing. And the laugh that she made was she could see it, like she could feel it. Like
yeah, I do.
it's such a thing that she kicks in. I always wanted to change the name of the show to "What a Life You've Lived."
I mean, you should, because we're talking to people who have had crazy lives.
Yeah.
What a life you've
Yeah, the is always
It's not a disgusted for
Yeah,
the
no.
record.
No,
It's like
I get it.
what a
Yeah.
life you've lived.
It's almost like an envy.
Yeah,
Envy you
some of
for
it
your
I
life
don't
you
envy,
lived.
but yeah,
Yeah.
like it's inspiring. Like holy shit.
Yeah, super inspiring.
And
mean-
honestly, what a fucking life you've lived.
There it is.
We got it.
Knew it. It was coming.
Knew I couldn't resist.
This has been so great, Carey.
Yes, I'm so excited to
and
learn more.
You took both our dogs away from us. They're on your side now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they feel you.
That's what a magnetic energy you have.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a while ago when I was telling Carey on the phone about like that first time I saw her with the angel wings, she was like, and then when we were going through stuff a long time ago, she was super helpful on the phone and helped me through. And she pointed out that like how wild that when I first ever saw her, she had angel wings and like your name is Angel and
Yeah,
like, such
that's
a fun little
crazy.
connection.
It was probably in your subconscious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it stood out to you even more.
Baby. But yeah, this has been so great. I'm so glad that this all.
Yes,
I'm so
I'm
glad you
so
came.
happy to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, likewise. Likewise, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, I'm so
Mm.
excited for the future too. Like I feel like we're gonna collaborate more and we're
Yes,
gonna
I would
like
love that.
work
Me
more
too.
together to help other people.
Me too.
Like the older I think we talked about this earlier at coffee. I was like, the older I get, the more I feel like, oh, we're at an age where we're supposed to be helping, like we're not here that much longer, so we might as well be helping
That's the
people.
earth in you. Welcome to the dark side.
Ugh, get this earth off me. I don't like it. I like my metal gates.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like every time we talk on the phone, I get off the phone feeling like, whew, yeah. We need to
Inspired.
help. We need to get out there more and reach more people. And yeah,
And you have what a great place to start for you. Even your YouTube things. I would watch them.
yeah,
If I would go
know.
down the rabbit hole.
Right.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
I need more. I
yeah.
need to know
that's
more.
right. All right. Anything else? What's the website?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Important.
The website is called Harmon Group, HARMIN group.com.
Harmongroup.com.
I was thinking 3 years ago, I came up with the name Harmon as a pun around, remember a Garmin? Remember Garmin was a GPS,
Yeah.
it was a GPS system
Sure.
that got you to where you needed to be
That's
physically
fun.
in the
Harmon.
world.
I
Yeah.
love that.
So Harmon is kind of like the path you need to go to find harmony inside, and it begins within. So harmony begins
Yeah.
within is the point. Is like you gotta like recognize what you're at risk for overbelieving. Notice when you're making decisions from only one part of yourself rather than the whole truth. And when you're making decisions to stay right rather than to create more connection.
Uh-huh.
So, so that's the website.
That's where they can go
Harmon Group.
to do the questionnaire.
The questionnaire is there.
All the stuff's
and
there.
On the resources page, you can find the YouTube channel, the link to the YouTube channel.
Yay.
And the book club, you can sign up for the book club there.
Cool.
Oh, I'm going to
Yeah.
sign up. I'm going to make Casey sign up too.
That's so great. And then your Instagram is Carey Davidson.
So I have Carey Davidson official for me personally, and then Harmon Group has
Oh,
its
good.
own
Harmon Group.
Good.
I
Instagram
need
too.
to get on that one.
Yeah.
Can you attach all the things?
Yeah.
Do that.
On what? On the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when she says it.
Sure.
Okay.
Boss.
You need structure. I'm giving you structure.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
The 5 Archetypes, Carey Davidson. This is such a magical little episode that we've lucked out upon.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, super, super excited. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for flying all the way out here for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
For our
my gosh.
chaotic little life.
Yeah, how fun. All right. Well,
That's what you do every episode.
yeah. All right.
Well.
What else? I'm so excited. Thank you, Carey.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you,
so much.
listeners.
Thank you, guys.
Go check out Carey and let her
And you better buy her book.
fix your life. She does it in such a simple way.
Right.
It's so like it just seems impossible. Like the little smallest fixes can go such a long way, and it's like it's so wild. Like to watch you do it in real time and just be like, oh, this isn't crazy. This is simple.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep. And have more kisses.
And more kisses.
Oh
Who
my
doesn't need more
God.
kisses? All right.
All right.
Bye.